Good morning, Force fans. Shane here. Just giving you a little bit of an update on where I'm going to be for the next couple of days. So you may not see many videos from me for a couple of days. There are things in the pipeline, which I'll go on to in a moment. But yeah, it's here in Britain, in Wales. It's the summer holidays. So I'm going to be doing a few things with my children over the next couple of days. I'm off work on annual leave at the moment as well for 2 weeks, so I'm going to really embrace the change and the rest for those 2 weeks. Really, I've really enjoyed putting together videos so far. I just put up one now about the Black series, just basically trying, maybe embracing cinema scenes again, especially those quieter moments that appear throughout the trilogy, really, and the prequels. I have done, I did do a long form video on that. Unfortunately, due to a technical issue, I lost all of the recording of it. I accidentally deleted the file just to make space on my phone. This is why I've got to basically at some point get a camera, some memory cards, a hard drive, and maybe get myself a really decent laptop at some point as well, so I can make better content. But anyway, I am going to continue working on that particular video. I've put a little bit of a trailer up for it. It's not the best video. It's just a couple of pictures and some text. It's a little bit amateurish, but the one I'm working on is gonna have a tiny bit of production value, hopefully. But anyway, I digress. So in terms of the channel, I've got a couple of videos that will be posting up this week. One video is going to be about a figure that I bought on the secondary market, and I paid through the nose for it. I won't reveal what figure that is at the moment, but it's a figure from my favourite Star Wars movie, and it's a figure that I've actually owned twice, believe it or not. For some reason or another, I ended up selling the first version I had of it, and then I bought it again a few years later. But there's a video coming on that, and it's kind of more of a mini rant, I think, about the cost of certain figures on the secondary market, and why these particular characters should always be available in mainline. So I'm gonna release that video. There's another video I'm gonna do as well about the fact that we've not yet had Leia Organa in her Bespin gown in the Black series. She's been in Kenner. She's been in TVC. She's been in Power of the Force, Power of the Jedi. For some reason, that one outfit seems to be somewhat of a reluctant point for Hasbro to make. But there's that video. I'm also going to do a bigger video about why I don't collect TVC. Now, I do own some TVC, which I've bought over the years, but there was a point I just thought, this isn't for me. This isn't for me. And it's not a video where I, disparage the TVC community or anything like that. I mean, there's a lot of things that TVC do which make me absolutely jealous, in all fairness. So it's an appreciation of the TVC community, but it's also a case where I say, nope, not for me. I've also got another video coming up where I've taken a couple of figures off my shelves and my cabinets, and I'll go into a little bit of a review of them, my thoughts again. Quite simple videos really, but I think I've chosen some really good characters for those to post up. And I've also got a video, oh, this might be a bit controversial. I've also got a video coming up about why I don't like Ahsoka Tano. Sorry. Not so much, it's not so much a discussion on her portrayals or how she's been in the Clone Wars or the Ahsoka TV show. It's more to do with the Black Series figures, which I own of her. Yes, I've bought Ahsoka Tano action figures, and I'll explain why I've got them. It was just a job lot I bought off eBay, and they happen to have these figures in them basically. But I will be doing a video on why I don't like these figures. So there we are. So yeah, there's quite a lot coming up on the channel, and I'm really liking the fact that I seem to be growing in this particular space at the moment. So I look forward to posting more and keep you updated on relevant thoughts. I did have a message from someone, I think on Instagram, yeah, Instagram, who basically gave me a little bit of a critique on my channel. It was done in a nice way, but they were bemoaning the fact that I don't do unboxings, or I as of yet have not reviewed the latest figures. Well, I'm going to tell you the simple truth of that at the moment is I'm kind of stepping back a lot with buying everything that is coming out in the line. I had Lord Starkiller, for instance, in my Amazon basket for ages and ages and ages, and I was going to press go on it, and I think the figure looks fantastic. I think he really does looks a great figure, to be fair. But I played like The Force Unleashed about 15 years ago. I enjoyed it, but I'm not really into gaming these days, in all fairness. I am looking forward to GTA 6, of course, but I've been waiting 15 odd years for that, so I will get that at some point. But anyway, yeah, so this person basically asked me why I'm not reviewing the latest figures or unboxing the latest figures. And the simple fact is I haven't bought them. There was the recent 2-pack that came out with the I can't even remember the guy's name. See, it's a gaming character. There was 2 gaming characters. There was a Sith Lord and a Sith Witch kind of thing. I will think of the names at some point, but I didn't buy them because it's not of interest to me. They look cool, but not for me. I've got Commander Thorn on the way. I pre-ordered him on Hasbro Pulse at the same time as Commander Doom, which is another fantastic figure, by the way. But I got a shipping notice that Commander Thorn is not arriving or not shipping until the 2nd of September. So I will put a video up of that. Sometimes I wish I was American, because those American big YouTubers, they seem to get these figures a lot quicker than me in the UK, so I might be a little bit behind the curve on that one. But yeah, so I got Commander Thorn on the way. There's a couple of others I've pre-ordered, which will come in the next month or two. I finally pre-ordered Rot of the Hut. I was going to, and this comes into my little TVC thing as well. I was either going to buy him in TVC, as I think he looks a cool character, or I was going to buy him in the Black series. I had a few mumblings, a few moments where I was looking at the Black series figure on the promotionals, and I was thinking, oh, I'm not sure about that. Oh, that plastic overlay over his tail or the midsection. But you know, I saw some videos of people playing with him in hand, and I thought, yeah, okay, I'll pipe down for Rotter. I'm debating on whether or not to get the AT-RT, either the Clone Wars one, the 501st one, or the Imperial one. But again, it's all down to cost at the moment as well, you know. And I am running out of space, if I'm honest. There might be a point coming where I take a deep dive into my cabinets and my shelves, and I start packing things away or selling them on, because like I really do want to review my focus and where my focus is with the collecting. I'd love to, if I'm completely honest with you, I'd love to just collect prequel trilogy and original trilogy. But when it comes to the original trilogy, we seem to get drip fed characters from that, and they take time to come out. I mean, I'm hoping in my lifetime I'm gonna finally see a Lobot, a Ninem, a Pruneface, a Tesseract, a Garandan, those kind of figures. But you know, they could be on their way. They could be on their way for 2027. That's the hope anyway. But I don't know. I just don't know at the moment. What I will do, I've got loads of figures from like The Mandalorian, Skeleton Crew, Ahsoka, even though I don't like that particular show that much, but some of the figures were great. And I've got sequel trilogy figures as well. I think I've got all of them actually. I did go through a period when The Force Awakens come out and The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. I did buy the figures, you know, because I was sick of the whole echo chamber of how bad those movies were. I personally didn't think they were all that bad, to be fair. I think there's great moments in all of them. But I bought the figures, but again, I can't see those figures, more figures from that trilogy coming out at any point. So I may just box them up, put them away, you know, clear the space for for other things, really. I'm also considering getting into purchasing 3D printed pieces as well. I've got a couple of like Mos Eisley bits, Cantina booths, and other little bits like that. But I've got a Empire Strikes Back display, and I've seen online like an Echo Base hallway and a Cloud City piece as well. So I'm really considering at some point maybe sticking my dimes down and buying that. I think that will be something that I do. There's another. Yeah, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot coming out in terms of conversation from me about where things are going, you know, what I'm doing. But anyway, let me just go back to this comment that I received on Instagram. The guy was a lovely guy, to be fair. we we chatted a couple of times via message. And he's not subscribed, but he's liked a couple of videos. But yeah, he was just wondering why I'm not unboxing figures and stuff like that. And the truth is, I've got loads of figures that I've bought, like over the last few years, which are just on display. And I simply just haven't bought many up to recent figures to unbox. I think the last one I bought was Commander Dune. And I will be honest with you, I've watched so many videos of collectors unboxing on camera or on streams or whatever, and they talk at length about the artwork, the design, and with the Black Series, you pretty much know what you're getting at this point anyway, and I don't want to spend 3 minutes talking about the packaging. I admire it. I think the artwork that they do, and the art, the time and stuff that goes into it is brilliant. I'm not knocking that. But for me, the bread and butter of it is what is inside that package. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not going to be that guy. At most, if I get a brand new figure and I want to open it up, I'll briefly show the packaging. I'll open it up, but then the packaging is gone. That is it. I'm not gonna change my stance on that. I've said before, I like just holding the figure, playing around with it, seeing what's what. So that's where I am with it, really. Anyway, I just wanted to post this video. Morning coffee. It's a lovely day here, by the way. We've had a really good summer so far in the UK. Winters are horrible. I don't know if I don't know where you're from in the world, but if you've ever been to the UK over winter, it's horrible. It's wet, miserable, grey. But this summer, we've had hot spells, very, very hot spells. But it's nice. There's a lovely breeze in the air. So I'm gonna say goodbye on this one now. But just wanted to keep you all in the loop of about where things are going with the channel. Like I said, taking a couple of days off. I have got a couple of videos to go, and I'll get them posted up, okay? But I think there's like 51 videos there at the moment. There's a couple of shorts where I've created a bit of AI music against my own lyrics, and they seem to be getting quite good reactions. It's not something I'll do all the time, but I hope you're enjoying the channel. I hope I'm doing something that's a little bit different in terms of the Black Series and overall collecting. I do want to keep the channel strictly Black Series, but there may be occasions where I dip into maybe other areas or other lines as well, just briefly. Like for instance, at the moment I'm collecting the Jada Street Fighter 2 figures. I'm just waiting on Zangief and T-Hawk to come now, and I will have completed the original roster of the Super Street Fighter figures. But they are, if you haven't bought them or you haven't seen them, check them out, because Jada as a toy company are absolutely killing it when it comes to 6-inch figures from Street Fighter. But they're also doing great other lines as well. They're doing like Mega Man and Scooby-Doo as well, which I haven't delved into, but I would love to. So might have to pipe down for a few of the Scooby-Doo figures as well. Used to love that cartoon as a kid. But anyway, Black Series wise, I've got to go through my Amazon basket and find out exactly what I've ordered. I have got a load of Mandalorian and Grogu figures in the basket as well, which I haven't bought yet. Such as Embo, which I'm now considering cancelling because of that new deluxe 2-pack that's come out. So I might get that 2-pack. I've got the Marshall IG-12 or IG-11 from The Mandalorian Season 3. I've got a couple of the Mandalorian and Grogu Snowtroopers. And I'll die on this hill, but I will not put those figures in a Empire Strikes Back display, purely because there are differences between the Empire Snowtrooper and the T-Mag Snowtrooper. I don't care what you think, they are different. And it's not just the fact that the T-Mag ones look a bit dirtier. There's just very subtle differences in like the chest plate and the armor. And I'm an Empire purist, so you know, I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill. But I do have a couple of those Snowtroopers in my basket. I like them because they got interchangeable bits, you know, they got like the different face coverings and stuff like that. So I might buy those. I'm trying to think what else I've got. Oh, I've got the Mission Vow 2-pack in there as well, but again, I might just say no to it because I'm not into Star Wars gaming or collecting figures from Star Wars gaming. So I might just say no to those. I'm not, and that's the thing. I'm not going to buy things purely to keep up with other YouTubers and get a video out there. You know, I'm not like that. I'm quite comfortable in saying, yeah, that looks cool, but I don't need it. I'm okay with doing that. I see, you know, I'm not going to name them, but I see some prominent Black Series reviewers and collectors who seem to have every brand new release that comes out, regardless of what it is, and they're reviewing it. You know, and that's fine. But I'm at an age I can be selective now. I don't have to worry about not owning something, you know. And I'll give my brutal honest thoughts on things, basically. But yeah, I'm not going to buy everything that comes out. Some things I like, but I'm happy to just leave it on the shelf. And that might have to be the way going forward, because you know the prices of everything, of collecting it, is ramping up. I am worried about you know how world economics is changing the pricing structure, you know, in terms of distribution, you know, budgets for the companies. I mean, I don't want more costs being passed on to collectors, but at the same time, I don't want lesser figures for lesser money. You know what I mean? I would rather have great quality figures released at maybe a slightly higher price, but maybe give us less a year. It's a very difficult thing to quantify at the moment. I think it'll be another discussion to have at another point, I think. But at the moment, I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna have to be a lot more selective with what I buy from what era. I know there's going to be that Starfighter movie out next year. I'm sure the figures will be amazing, and I'm sure the movie will be good, but I don't think I'll I don't think I'll buy any figures from it, unless it's like a really unique alien that looks quite cool. But I'm not really, right now I'm not planning on buying anything that's post Return of the Jedi anymore. I don't think, you know. And again, like I said, with the T-Mag figures I got still in the basket, whether or not I press go on them, I don't know at this point, in all fairness. And that's not a bad place to be. That's not a bad place to be. I think I'd rather have the money to buy something I really, really desperately want in the line when it comes out, than just buying things for the sake of it. But like I said, I'm not that kind of channel. I'm not going to buy everything. I'm not going to review everything that comes about. For instance, I don't I don't buy a lot of clones, in all fairness. I've got like a phase 1 clone. I've got maybe 2 phase 1 clones, 2 phase 2. I've got like a 501st. I've got Umbara. I've got Cody. I've got Commander Doom. Yeah, again, I haven't got a big love of named clones, to be honest with you. That's fine. That's fine. There are fans out there who love clones and they only want clones and they want more clones. But I'm a little bit cloned out, to be honest with you. I haven't bought the Plo Koon and Wolfpack. I don't own the Plo Koon, actually, in Black Series. And again, I want it, but the secondary market prices for a Plo Koon are just ridiculous. I saw one listed the other day. It was the original Red and Box line, original release, Red and Black line of it. And this particular seller was selling it for like £135. That's just absolutely ridiculous. But I don't think I've seen it any lower than about 50 quid. And I just don't think I can justify buying it. And I certainly won't be buying that new TVC version of it either, to be honest with you. That looks, that's an ugly figure. Ugly figure. But yeah, anyway, I've rambled on for almost half an hour now, so I will leave you be. But if you like the chat, if you like the channel, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I will do more of these little long form chats, I might do a Q&A at some point as well, so if you wanted to submit some questions to me, I'd be more than happy to do a video where I answer your questions. But maybe it's a little bit premature at the moment because the channel's quite new, but I am a huge Black Series fan, Star Wars fan, so maybe if you want to ask me anything, pop it in the comment below on this video, and then I'll take them away and come back to you with the answers. Anyway, thank you very much for your time this morning. I hope you all have lovely days, and I'll catch you on the next one. May the Force be with you. Bye bye.